What's up, everyone? It's almost time for round number 5 of the Supercross season, and that means we're heading to Tampa, which also means that we are going to be kicking off our East Coast series. It is a little bit weird kicking off the East Coast series so early on in the season, but nonetheless, it is cool to start a new series with new riders, and with that comes new hype. So what I want to go ahead and do for you guys today is break down exactly who we should be seeing out there, and just kind of get you guys all up to speed on what you could be expecting to see this weekend. So let's get into it. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to start at the top. We're going to go in numerical order. I figure that's probably a good way to do it. That way it's not like a rankings and everyone gets upset about who's in what order. And it'll also familiarize you guys with the new numbers. There's only a few guys in this class with career numbers, so everybody else will have new numbers this year. We have about 20 or so guys to go over. This is not an extensive list, just the ones that came to my mind. So anyways, there is a lot to cover, so I'm going to try to blow through it as quickly as possible. At the top with number 1, we have Tom Vialle. Obviously, Tom is your defending Supercross champion, hoping to see lots of great things out of him this season. But even though he is your defending champion, it does feel a little bit like he's the underdog this year with all of the other depth in this field. And then number 10, Chance Hymas, he's going to be your lowest earned number this year, and that's regardless of coast. 10 is the first earned number that's available, so you'll be seeing Chance Hymas out there at some point. Sounds like he might be racing Tampa. We'll have to update you guys that as the weekend gets closer. I definitely have my concerns with that, with him coming fresh off of that ACL repair. Hasn't even been 5 months, I don't think. Personally, I think it would be great if he just gets healthy and comes out for outdoors, but either way, it would be pretty cool to see him out there in Supercross. I just have concerns about his knee. Then I just quickly want to mention that Tom Vialle will be number 16 in motocross. That is now his career number. Then at number 20, we have Pierce Brown. So I'm really excited to see Pierce Brown on the Star Yamaha. He looked really good in Super Motocross, and he has to be feeling good on that Yamaha. We know it's fast. Hopefully he can get starts this year. He could be a title contender. Then on the 24, we have RJ Hampshire, another career number. Lots of great things to say about RJ. He's your defending West Coast champion. Unfortunately, we did not get to see him race the West Coast. It doesn't sound like he's fully 100% healthy right now, but definitely look for RJ to come out swinging and be a title contender. Then on the 31, we have Max Anstie, who could be a sleeper threat for the title in my opinion. He's also on that Star Yamaha, and he did look really good. He looked good in Supercross as well last season. He even held the red plate for a little bit, so hard to say that he couldn't be a title threat. Then on the 34, we have his teammate Daxton Bennick. Hard to say exactly what to expect out of him with how deep this field is. It feels like he could be on the podium, or he could just be fighting for a top 10. Then on the 40, we have Chocran, who did injure his leg in the offseason. It's hard to say exactly when we can expect him back, but if and when he comes back for Supercross, it will be on the East Coast. Then on the 41, we have Nate Thrasher. Personally, I was kind of expecting him to be on the West Coast this year, but it'll be interesting to see how he fares on the East Coast. He could come out and win, or he could just barely be inside the top 10, kind of like Daxton Bennick, but a little bit higher ceiling. And then on the number 42, we have a really interesting prospect with Harri Kullas. I heard a rumor that he could be racing the 250 class. We saw him racing the 450 class last season, and he did really well in motocross and even in the Super Motocross Championship. So now it sounds like he is coming back to the US soon, and maybe we see him race a 250. This is more speculation. This is not confirmed, but we could potentially see him out there on a 250, or we could just see him back out there on a 450. Either way, keep your eye out for Harri Kullas. Then on the 44, we have Dilan Schwartz. So I'm really excited to see what he could do this year. He always looks good, and he's somebody who could definitely be in contention for those top 5s. Then our last career number of the group, we have the number 47 of Levi Kitchen. So we saw Levi almost win the title last year. Unfortunately, he did get tangled up with his teammate Cameron Mcadoo, but even with that, he was still a title threat all the way down to the end. Look for Levi to come out swinging. I'm sure he's feeling better from that sickness that he had at the beginning of the year. Sounds like there was a little bit more to that than just some sort of typical flu. So hopefully he is feeling better. And then we have Cameron Mcadoo, his teammate, who it sounds like might be dealing with an injury right now. So potentially the pro circuit curse may have struck again. We're going to have to wait till further on in the week to get further confirmation. Sounds like he definitely went down. The extent of his injuries or the damage is not really confirmed. I would really hate to see Cameron miss out on another title fight, and I would really hate to see another pro circuit guy out. If it is true that he is injured, we have a lot of questions for that pro circuit team at this point. What is going on over there? This is crazy. But either way, if and when he's out there, he'll be on the number 50. And then on the 56, we have the other pro circuit teammate of Seth Hamaker. Then on the 59, we have Cullin Park, who got the Rookie of the Year award, I believe, in his rookie season. So definitely somebody who knows how to ride Supercross, definitely a talented rider. He did struggle a little bit in the 450 class outdoors last year, but he was still holding his own, so look for him to come out swinging. Then another rider I'm really excited to see how they can do on the 60 is Carson Mumford. And then on the 62, we have the Club MX rider of Mark Finies. So we saw Mark Finies riding really well in pro motocross at times, and now he has his rookie season under his belt. How will he do in Supercross this year? That remains to be seen, but either way, keep your eye out for him. Then on the 73, we have Preston Boespflug. So not sure what to say about him, but he will be out there. And then on the 83, one of the riders that I'm most excited about, we have Austin Forkner. So he did finally switch away from that pro circuit team. He has been injured his whole career, and now we're starting to see a massive trend with that team continuously being injured year after year. So could this be the change that Austin needs to finally get through a full Supercross season? He almost made it, I believe, in 2020. He did end up going down in the final round where he was battling for the title with Dylan Ferrandis, and he was in a position to win the title in that race. But unfortunately, he ended up crashing over the Dragon's back and into a turn, was unable to finish the race, and he actually had severe internal injuries. They had to red flag the race. It was a disaster, and he has never, ever finished a complete Supercross season in, I believe, the 9 attempts that he's done. So really hope for Austin that he can stay healthy this year. I really think if he does stay healthy, he will be a title threat. Keep your eye out for Austin. I think that if Jordan Smith hadn't won this Triple Crown last weekend, he probably would have gotten Triumph their first win. But either way, I'm really excited to see what he can do. And then on the 87, we have Harri Muñoz. And then on the 88, we have Devin Simonson, who is currently, I believe, out. He's injured. He's on the Club MX team. Not a lot of specifics with him, but keep your eye out for him at some point this season. And then quickly, I just want to mention filling in for him is going to be Reid Taylor. Not exactly sure what his number is going to be at the moment, but keep your eye out for him. I believe he's from Australia, so it should be fun to watch and see how he does. And then rounding out our 2-digit numbers, we have the 92 of Max Vohland, who I am also extremely excited to see how he can do. I do believe he has the speed to win, but he also has a nerve issue with his leg that leads into his foot. So he's actually using 2 levers, I believe, on the left. So not only does he have his clutch lever, but he also has a rear brake lever, because supposedly he can't even feel his foot. So he's unable to properly brake. Definitely kind of concerning, but either way, he is looking like he's shredding right now. And he was looking really good before, back when he was on that Kawasaki, at least a little bit that we did get to see him. But then that goes back to this old pro circuit curse we were just talking about. So either way, now he's on Club MX. He looks good. I'm excited to see how he can do. And it seems to be that there's a lot of depth to this field. And then I just quickly want to mention that I guess Michael Hicks will be racing some East Coast rounds. It doesn't sound like he'll be in Tampa, but he will be going to Detroit. I'm not sure exactly how much he's going to be racing or what his number will be, but he has been shredding the arena cross circuit, so keep your eye out for him as well. All of that being said, as of right now, this East Coast is looking absolutely stacked. I'm super excited to see who is going to be up front. It feels like a slightly toned down version of the 450 class right now, where there's just so many guys that could win and you really don't know what to expect coming into a main event, and it could be a little bit of start cross. Just off the top of my head, there's quite a few guys that I could honestly say I would not be surprised if they win. I mean, Tom Vialle, he's your defending champion. Chance Hymas, if he's healthy, maybe I could see it coming to a win. I really don't think so at this point with his knee. Pierce Brown, I could definitely see getting a win. RJ Hampshire, no question, could definitely get a win. Anstie, he won last year. He's on a better bike. No reason he can't get a win. Thrasher also won last year. He could definitely win. Kitchen and Mcadoo, both could be race win contenders as well, especially Levi Kitchen. And then, of course, I believe Austin Forkner is definitely a race win contender as well. And I think you could even argue that Max Vohland could be a race win contender. So obviously all those guys are not going to win races this year. We're going to have to see how it all shakes out. But I just wanted to go ahead and bring you guys this video to lay everything out for you guys. Let me know who you're most excited about to see race this weekend, and let me know who you think is the biggest title threat. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.